Hey, what's going on everybody? And welcome back to Apex Autos, the channel where we bring you the finest in luxury, performance, and everything in between. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video, because today, we've got something seriously special sitting in front of us. This is the 2027 Bentley Continental GT Speed, finished in this absolutely stunning satin gray paint that looks like liquid metal under the studio lights. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this car sits at the very top of the Grand Tourer pyramid. Let's start right up front, because that's where this car makes its first impression. And what an impression it is. The face of the Continental GT Speed is dominated by that massive matrix grille, finished in gloss black with a fine mesh pattern that gives it real depth and menace, especially paired with this darker exterior tone. Sitting proudly in the center is the iconic winged B badge, chrome and unmistakable, letting everyone on the road know exactly what they're looking at. Flanking the grille are these gorgeous LED headlights, and Bentley has done something really clever here with the layered lighting signature. You get crystal-cut detailing inside the housing that almost looks like jewelry, catching light from every angle. The daytime running lights trace a sharp, aggressive line that gives the front end a much more athletic stance compared to older Continental models. Down below, the front bumper is aggressively sculpted with large air intakes on either side, finished in gloss black, which aren't just for show, they're functional, feeding cooling air to the brakes and the engine bay to keep this beast composed even under hard driving. You'll also notice the subtle Bentley script badge on the lower splitter, a nice nod to heritage in an otherwise thoroughly modern face. The bonnet itself has these long, flowing power lines that run from the base of the windscreen all the way down to the grille, giving the car a sense of motion even while it's standing perfectly still. Overall, the front end strikes this incredible balance between elegance and aggression. Refined enough for a black tie event, but purposeful enough to remind you this thing can genuinely move. Now let's walk around to the side profile for a second before we get to the rear, because the proportions on this car are just phenomenal. That long bonnet, the short front overhang, the sweeping roofline that dips down into a fastback-style rear end, it's a classic Grand Tourer silhouette, but Bentley has sharpened every single line for this generation. The wheels on our car here are massive multi-spoke alloys finished in a dark tint, wrapped in low-profile performance rubber, and you can just make out the red brake calipers peeking through the spokes, a subtle hint that this isn't just a cruiser, it's built to perform. Moving to the rear now, and honestly, this might be my favorite angle on the entire car. The taillights are slim, horizontal light bars that wrap elegantly around the rear haunches, giving the back end a wide, planted, muscular stance. When they light up at night, they create this continuous, glowing signature that instantly signals Bentley from a mile away. The rear bumper is sculpted with integrated diffuser elements and quad exhaust tips finished in chrome, which hint at the sheer power sitting under that long bonnet. The boot lid has a subtle, integrated lip spoiler. Not flashy, not over the top, but enough to add a touch of aerodynamic purpose. The Bentley badge sits centered above the number plate recess, and the overall rear design manages to look both wide and low, giving the car real road presence when it's coming up in your rearview mirror. Now let's talk about what's actually pushing this thing forward. Because the Continental GT Speed is powered by Bentley's twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8, paired with an electric motor and a plug-in hybrid setup that combines to produce a genuinely staggering amount of horsepower, comfortably north of 770 horsepower depending on final tuning, with torque figures that make overtaking on the motorway feel absolutely effortless. Bentley claims a 0 to 60 time in the low 3-second range, with a top speed pushing past the 200-mile-per-hour mark, which is frankly ridiculous for a car this size and this luxurious. Let's step inside now, because honestly, the exterior is only half the story with a Bentley. Open that heavy door, and you're greeted by an interior that feels more like a private members club than a car cabin. The seats are wrapped in the finest quilted leather, diamond-stitched, with contrast piping that draws your eye across every surface. The dashboard features Bentley's signature rotating display, which can flip between a digital touchscreen, a trio of elegant analog dials, or simply a clean strip of wood veneer when you want a completely tech-free, timeless cabin. Speaking of that veneer, the wood trim running across the dash and doors is real, sourced and finished with obsessive attention to detail, often taking hours of hand polishing to achieve that mirror-like shine. The metalwork, from the knurled air vent controls to the organ stop-style switches, feels substantial and cold to the touch in the best possible way. Ambient lighting wraps subtly around the cabin, and the sound system, developed in partnership with a premium audio brand, fills the space with concert hall quality sound. Every stitch, every seam, every button in this cabin feels like it was placed there with genuine purpose and craftsmanship. And that's really what separates Bentley from almost everything else on the road. So that's the 2027 Bentley Continental GT Speed, front, back, and interior. A car that blends old-world British craftsmanship with genuinely cutting-edge performance. If you enjoyed this walk-around, smash that like button, drop a comment letting us know what car you want to see next, and subscribe to Apex Autos for more premium car content every single week. Until next time, this has been Apex Autos, and we'll see you in the next one.